Alright, so last time we played, I ended my quest just happening to wander into this building, the Dandelion's place that we spent a whole lot of time working on and everything, just because it happened to be the closest stash. And now I want to see, like, hey, I think, is that Dudu right there? Yep, that's Dudu Bibervelt. There's Zoltan, and there's Dandelion. I wonder if I can challenge these people to Gwent. I think I've heard of there being a quest called Gwent's, like, close friends or old friends or something like that, and I don't think I've even found it yet.
Zoltan.
Geralt!
Novigrad doesn't seem like a safe place anymore. What's keeping you here?
I was keen on starting my own enterprise, but nothing came of it. Nevertheless, I took on some debt. Got to pay it back now. I'd like to blame it on the war or human treachery, but the truth is, I've got my own thick skull to blame. Rather not dwell on it, Geralt, if you don't mind.
Well, on that somber note, can I play Gwent for your best card?
Round of Gwent.
I never refuse.
Better not.
Let's play.
Dance for me, monkey NPC. I say Gwent, we play Gwent. The end. I'm pretty sure I didn't get a new card, right? You know, last game I was really confused. I was like, really? All I got was... my only reward was a freaking... that was just strange. My reward was not even cards. Ooh! My best elf. My badass elf spy. And also spy. And tight bonds. You're boring. Get out of here. Hey, double tight bond. Also, get at extra warhorn seems excessive to me. As opposed to getting actual units on the board. Such as... oh, that's a Scorch. That's not a unit. But hey, I have 2 spies right off the bat, so it'll help me out. It's kind of funny how you can just demand people play Gwent, and they never really say no. Aside from, like, I think once that one druid didn't want to play Gwent or something. Give me more cards. Da-doom. Ah, I drew another spy. You're boned. Oh, my opponent's passed, huh? Well, sounds like time to spam these guys out. And now to spam that guy out. Dijkstra. Alright. And he's got 10 power. I can do this. Let's see. So... I want to use up as few units as possible. The best way to conserve units is to use a card that I can revive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Scorch. That takes him down to 5, and then I can play a Trebuchet that I can just revive later. Therefore preserving 100% of my actual units, and winning the round anyway. While also having a card advantage. Oh, and I get even more card advantage because I won the round, so we're just gonna commit to steamrolling here. And I'm just gonna blast everything onto the board. Because I should be able to win. With 3 hero cards and an oversized number of units. Okay, that's not great to have happen. It is somewhat tempting to pass the round just to let the, yeah. I currently have a 3 card advantage. Yeah, I have a 3 card advantage. If he plays another card to beat me, I'll have a 4 card advantage, which he shouldn't be able to come back from, so it actually seems like a better idea to stop. Oh, he blew a Warhorn. He's not getting that back. You can't get that back with a medic or anything. Alright, now I've got a 4 card advantage. Now I'll steamroll him. Even more. And this has got more crazy tricks. Hello, Yenna. Oh, you're gonna revive a medic, aren't you? You're gonna revive a spy? Okay, that's clever. I have a counter for that, though, as it turns out, to get even more cards, so don't mind me. Go ahead and play your cards while I do the 1 power spy. Fog, huh? Haven't actually had to deal with an enemy playing real environment cards for a while. It's kind of refreshing because I'm still playing as the guy that destroys environment cards as an excuse to not have any in my deck, basically. Oh, I got a triple of the tight bond guys. That's scary. So I have tight bond of these guys, tight bond of those guys, and they're 2 different tiers, so they can't be taken out by environments, although that doesn't matter as much. And I have a medic to bring back my trebuchet, and I have these guys. Let's see. The obvious question is, does he have Scorch? So I'm gonna want to play... Let's play heroes first to burn through more of his hand so that he has less opportunity to counter me. Preferably, I'll be playing tight bond groups when he's out of cards, because then he can't play anything to stop them. Because once you start piling them up, they become more powerful than other things, and then they're vulnerable to Scorch, which you could totally still have. But yeah, I'll play this nice, strong, tantalizing catapult here, because if I play that, he's more likely to try to Scorch it, because it's a high power card that's vulnerable to Scorch, and then I'll just revive it with my medic anyway. And now that that one's on the board, I can start playing these 6 power units, because they won't be hurt by Scorch, because the 8 will be hit instead, which makes them safe to play. And in a moment here, he'll be running out of cards, and then I'll be starting to just spam my close bond units that once they're safe from any Scorches he might have in his hand, and the one that's more powerful, which will have to be the melee ones, because there's 3 of them. I'll put a Warhorn on them too, to make them just comically powerful. Alright, so he's pretty much out of cards now. I can start playing my first ones of these, because they're weaker, so that the multiplying doesn't happen yet. And here goes this last card. He passed. Alright, well that's over then. I should be winning by a pretty wide margin. But it's always fun to watch the pieces fall into place. Also, the more familiar I get with my deck, I'm noticing these games get way faster, which I kind of think is probably a good thing, because they probably dragged a bit earlier on when I was more prone to making more mistakes, I'm sure. Reviving my one card that was in my entire graveyard to make sure that they're all on the board. We'll go ahead and get rid of that fog, just to fully stress how much higher my numbers are than him. And then, boom. That's right, Zoltan. I am the King of Gwent. That's how I was able to resolve your quest, by playing Gwent.
Seems I won.
Right fucking shock, given your frankly amateur deck. Here, take this card. You need it. You can do well to fix your collection. It's downright porous. Don't need you bringing me shame like a dandelion for that. You might skim something off your mate, Roach. He's said to have good cards, that one.
And there we go, Gwent, all pals. It happened. So now I'm supposed to go play against Vernon. Oops, and I just used Swallow on accident. I got Ethane. Wait, actually, was that the name of the blacksmith? That might have been the name of the blacksmith. I've heard that people criticize your deck power. I don't know how they measure your deck power exactly in this game, but it's interesting that I don't know if Zoltan's just scripted of, like, if he's just being moody and trying to send me off to play other people and stuff to make himself feel better about his, like, oh, your deck sucks, blah blah blah, or if he's like I don't know if he's secretly, what am I trying to say? I'm saying I don't know if that's a scripted event where he's just like, he always says that, or if he's specifically reacting to some sort of power measurement of my deck. It's a 10 power ranged hero for Scoia'tael. How many heroes do I have for Scoia'tael now? Oops. There we go. I momentarily forgot how to navigate this menu. So Scoia'tael has access to 6 hero cards, 310, 115, 17, and 1 is just that one spy. But yeah, we have 3 Scoia'tael specific heroes now that all have 10 power, and one of them has +1 to all units in the row, which not a very powerful effect, but it's noticeable. I'll certainly take it over not having an effect like the other ones do. But yeah, slowly powering up some decks around here. Scoia'tael has 28 unit cards in it. My issue with Scoia'tael is just that I don't know how... If I remember correctly, I looked at their units before, and I'm like, I'm not even really sure what the strategy is here. I guess they're a mustard. That's the thing. That's the thing that I'm not crazy about. They have muster cards a lot in their deck, and I don't really have that many. I have 3 of these skirmishers, I guess, and I have like 2 of these two of these smugglers, and that's about it. And other than that, they kind of have weaker cards, and stuff like their main power seems to be that they can play cards in any row. as opposed to being able to play. Yeah, there's a lot of being able to play cards in a row, but not a whole lot of like special effects like that I love, like having tight bond and medic on so many cards, along with all of my spies. Like I very much appreciate how Northern Realms works. And I don't know if that's because it's a fundamental difference between the decks, or if it's because it could also just be that I haven't gotten the right Scoia'tael cards yet. They're both possible. You start out with a fully formed Northern Realms deck, so it's hard to tell. Dandelion, do you want to play, or do I have to like go find Roche first?
Dandelion.
Around me thundered the noise of the street. In mourning, an image of majestic distress, with dainty fingers lifting the hem of her dress, a stately woman strode by with hurrying feet.
Dandelion. Hey, hear me?
Geralt, I'm writing, creating. Incidentally, what do you think of that bit?
Could almost swear I've heard it before.
Really? Doesn't seem familiar to me, but it's only a first draft. Needs a lot of revision, let me tell you. Now, what's eating you?
How do you and Priscilla meet?
It was at the court of Duke Harold, the annual balladry contest. We faced off in the final.
Who won?
I don't remember.
I bet. Probably lost and you don't want to admit it.
Actually, she'd caught my eye, so I let her win. I was counting on getting a prize after the contest.
And did you?
That, my friend, is not your concern.
Gotta tell me, how'd you wind up owning this establishment?
You'll never believe this. I inherited it from none other than Alonzo Wiley, Whoreson Sr. himself.
You're right, I don't believe it.
Alonzo ruled the local underworld with an iron fist, but deep down, he was a romantic, pure as they come. This place is one of the reasons his son's not my biggest fan. See, Cyprian Jr., that is, wanted to make this a brothel, but the Rosemary went to me, and I planned to turn it into the most elegant venue in town, a den of art and culture.
Ran into Molly. She says hello.
Molly? Which Molly?
One you promised to show your butterfly collection to.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
Butterfly collection? You of all people could stand to be a little more inventive.
Molly didn't need inventive. She needed attentive. Average, run-of-the-mill girl. Give her a smile. Notice her shoes. Let her chat about them a bit. And she'd turn into a wellspring of passion.
See you, Dandelion.
He really does come across as scummy a lot of time, doesn't he? Oh, where'd Dudu go? Did you turn into one of the other people around here, Dudu? Because I don't see you. I was gonna talk to you next, see if you wanted to play a game. Ooh, oh god, door. Oh, wow, there's Dudu. Mystery solved. We tried to use the door at the same time and the game almost crashed in the moment.
How are things, Dudu?
So, I suppose. Might have been days in the past when I'd have said, wonderful. But I can't complain. I'm in one piece, not bound to a stake atop a pyre.
Ever considered leaving? Forgetting Novigrad altogether?
What for? To pass from the frying pan into the fire? The war's not yet crept here. Famine's not kicked at our door. Not that the future's looking rosy.
But you don't have to be human. Maybe you could try something else.
I've assumed many forms over the years, and in spite of all, life as a human has proven most interesting. After all, you humans rule the world.
Gotta admit, your Menga, it's a brilliant impersonation.
Don't remind me. I'm rather disgusted.
Come on, he wasn't all out terrible.
You understand nothing. A Doppler assumes more than a man's external appearance. I've learned what a scoundrel had knocking about in his head. Once I became him, not an hour passed before I felt the urge to break a sorceress's fingers. After two, I caught myself lusting to impale someone, and immediately after that, it hit me. The paranoid fear of a Doppler conspiracy.
Dudu, tell me. The halfling Biberveld goes from being a prosperous merchant to being a pauper. How?
Prefer the long version or the short?
Short, please.
The war.
I was under the impression merchants grow fat on wars.
Some do, but I've a serious personality flaw. I'm honest. I could not reap profits from the suffering of others. I paid taxes. I never cooked my books. And then a ship full of my goods sank. I pulled through somehow, but then a second fell prey to skeleton raiders, rendering me insolvent. When inflation hit and interest rates rose, I, at long last, fell.
Take care of yourself, Dudu.
Oh, those bigots haven't the cunning to strip me of this mask.
You know, you've gone to a dark place when you're concerned about conspiracy of the people you are. Like, wait a minute. I gotta think about this one for a moment. Weird that this place of all places is full of witch hunters. And there's the thing that became Dandelion's card. I think that's one of the Gwent cards that only looks that way because I have the free DLC that does alternate appearances for them. I'm kind of bummed out. Maybe it's in the DLC menu on the front, on the main screen, but I haven't noticed any particular thing that lets you toggle the appearances that DLC gives you. It's like I can't switch between the different costumes for Yennefer and for Triss and for the appearances of the various decks and stuff like that, unless that's what that one menu is. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that without checking that menu. Water. Now it's my water. I'm taking a look around to see if I can find the lady of the house, if she's home. I feel bad for not doing follow-up dialogue on these guys sooner, so that's why I'm trying to check to see if I can find them all. The reason I didn't follow up on this sooner was because, frankly, Novigrad's a big town. The moment I stopped having quests that took me here, I completely lost track of where this location was on the map, because it's just a bunch of squares everywhere. There's not a lot of... Ooh, that's a cool little gazebo room. Doesn't have the character I'm looking for, though. But yeah, like, once it turns into a little top-down Carcassonne view of this big area... Oops. And it's just a bunch of squares, I'm like, oh crap, I don't remember which one of the squares was Dandelion's place. And I never really had time to search the whole place. But then they had the patch that gave us stashes, and suddenly I would just have the stash show up on the map, and that's how I found it again. Because all the turns out all the locations that are in many cases most important to Geralt throughout the game now have stash locations. Are you out here? Where is she? Is she just not home at all? I'm trying to remember where we left her in the story, because we haven't been in part of the Dandelion thing for a very long time, but I'm pretty sure we left off, she got hospitalized as a result of the murderer, but she was alive, and the main concern was like, oh, she might not be able to sing again because of the wound that she suffered. I guess maybe the in-world time hasn't passed enough, so maybe in the story she's still hospitalized somewhere and not back home. And maybe that doesn't properly happen until the next story beat. Because I get the feeling that at the moment I actually go to the... I think that the moment I actually go to the Isle of Mists, we're gonna suddenly have some sort of progress in the story. Because they keep talking about the war, and I think at some point the war has to actually happen. So like, I think the war is gonna reach Novigrad once I progress the main story to a certain point. Or something like that's gonna happen.
Zoltan.
Geralt!
I know where Ciri is.
Then why are we here? Let's go get the lassie.
I'll do that, but I have another job for you. You need to set out for Kaer Morhen. That's where I'll take Ciri. The Wild Hunt will attack soon afterwards. Could use you at our side.
You'll have me and my axe.
Thanks. See you at Kaer Morhen. Vesemir, Eskel, and Lambert are already there.
That facial expression that... that expression that Geralt used and it's on his face, it just made him look like he was, Is she out here? No? Oh, shut up. We basically own this place. That face he made almost looked like Captain America being like, I got that reference. Because he's like, and my axe, which is such an obvious Gimli from Lord of the Rings reference. Never read the book, so I don't know if that's actually from the books, but it's definitely in the movie.
On my honor.
An elf's honor worth less than a man's shit.
So y'all are having a grand time over here? Alright, let's go visit Roche. Whoopsie. Oopsie. Sorry, I used magic. Don't notice me, witch hunters. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Alright, Roche, let's play a game. I saved your little girlfriend, so I think I did. Crap, did I? I think I did. That was one of those missions where she had a health bar, and that means that she could have died. And that's always spooky. Oh. That was unusually quick. I guess there's not much to load out here. All the places I teleport to have really have a lot to load with all the buildings and stuff, but this one is just a hillside, basically. Look, yep, she's alive. Hey, Vess.
Whenever matter for you, I'll find you.
Okay, I guess we're not gonna have any conversation.
It's true you killed kings. You and our commander.
Still having fun being reckless?
Just what our band of merry men.
I will say a lot of the stuff that a lot of the references to things of Geralt's past in this game are gonna suddenly make a lot less sense when I eventually get around to playing the first 2 games on the channel, which I'm sure I'll do at some point, and I'll probably directly contradict some of the stuff that is the implied history in this game.
Isn't that right?
Hey, Vernon.
Geralt of Rivia, safe and sound.
You play Gwent, Roach?
Yes, but there's no one to play against here. If you've got a deck, pull it out.
Good luck.
Kill kings. You and our commander.
I feel like he might get mad at me if I played against him with the with the Nilfgaard deck. Alright, let's see if I can get spies. Just seems like such a clear line of victory. Hey, the best spy. And tight bonds. And boring cards. Get out of here, boring card. That's also a boring card. I might get rid of that one. Ooh, 3 specials is tough. 3 specials is a bit much. Yeah, what am I going to use the decoy for? I can't draw anything back into my hand from here. I might get rid of the decoy, just to hope for another unit card. I just swapped a decoy for a decoy. That really just happened. Thanks, game. Alright, well, if I throw out a, first of all, what power does he have? Double strength of siege weapons. Okay. Is it all siege weapons or his? Right, duh. The double power ones are always just... It's just a free commander's horn turn, basically. Anyway. Let's draw some cards, using my harmless thief that... spy that doesn't make him more powerful and doesn't give me any disadvantage, really. I drew his card against him. That's pretty funny. I can play him against himself. Alright, well, what do I want to start with? I should probably bait out more cards than what he's played so far. If I play something right now, I could still pull it back into my hand using the medic next round. I mean, yeah. Let's throw a power card in there. Try to get him to play more. Matching card. Okay. Good for you, I guess. That works. Toss another one out there. I can still do a decoy and medic combo to get both cards back if I so choose. On top of already having a card number advantage. Alright, he's 15 power in. I think I'm going to decoy that back out. Just toss the first round while baiting out a bunch of cards as best I can. Commander's Horn on. Wow. You're using a Commander's Horn even though you know you're already winning. That was an interesting call on your part. Well, enjoy. Enjoy your first round. The concern here is that he is playing Northern Realms, which does mean he gets a bonus card for winning, but I still have a card advantage overall. So it's not too bad. Alright, so he draws a new card. I have a 2-card advantage. Now we're going to try to win. He's immediately starting with a medic to draw a catapult. What a coincidence. I'm also going to use a medic to get one of the previous cards back. Mine's just not a catapult, I guess. He passed. Interesting. Well, I'd rather than not blow another unit to defeat him, so I'm gonna Scorch to win the round. There we go. I've got the card advantage, and my cards involve 2 heroes, so we'll see whose is more powerful. 3 heroes, and the new one's a medic. Okay, that got worse for him. Ciri, get out there. Let's make him scared. And then right after this, I'll be like, alright, now that Ciri's defeated, do you want to help me get her back? Oh, cool, he played a Scorch card that doesn't hurt anything. That's handy. Scorch close combat, yeah, he played that at the wrong time. All the more reason to start with a bunch of heroes, though, to bait out those kinds of cards. Cover my side of the board with invincible cards. And since he played a 7 power card, now that card is going to be attacked first if he does a Scorch, I believe. Which makes me extra safe from Scorches overall. Let's hear... Oh, right, I can revive the medic. And reviving the medic means that I get to revive the other guy. Bam! Stack them medics. Seriously, if I could get more of this card, the Dune Banner medic, I could have so many goddamn medics just coming back onto the board. It's like a reverse muster or something. Alright, well I have a 2 card advantage and all powerful cards in my hand. Let's just start playing things. I'll try to stick to cards that are below 7 power, because that means that if he plays a Scorch, which he could still have in his hand, it'll destroy his 7 power card, and my cards will be safe still. That means not doubling the power of those tight bond characters if I can avoid it. We want him to pass. He's doubling the power of his siege card. That's adorable. Now instead of 1 power, it has 2 power. Ooh! Let's see. Your melee, tight bond, siege. These are going to become 8. They're going to become 2. They're going to become 2 8s when I play it, which that will turn into 2 16s for 32 power. But if I play the siege weapon, that's not going to reach. That's not going to be the same thing as 2 16s. Obviously, I want the warhorn in the front row. I'm playing the horn now because he can't Scorch a horn. Oh crap! I just realized my mistake. I'm an idiot. The important thing is I've already won by such a big margin that who gives a shit. But yeah, the moment I played that war horn, I'm like, wait a minute, I just made it more powerful than a 7, which is the specific thing I was trying not to get scorched. Oh well. Roach, you've been defeated by yourself and Ciri. Now go help, and Yennefer. So now go meet up with Yennefer. Now take yourself to Yennefer to protect Ciri, like this diagram that I've shown you in the form of a card game.
You won. Congratulations. Here. You earned the card.
Know anyone else worth playing?
I've heard of a man came through Novigrad recently. You might be interested to know he's also a witcher. Lambert, they call him.
I know Lambert. Had no idea he played Gwent, though.
Not the only acquaintance you can challenge. Tala's a keen gambler and has a sharp deck. He's in the area. You might try him.
Please tell me I can still challenge Lambert even though he's in... Yay! I can still challenge him in Kaer Morhen. I got... What is that card? What? Looks like it's another Scoia'tael card. Hero. Another 10 power Scoia'tael archer hero. I'm shocked. So that takes our total heroes to 6 for this deck. 3 specific to Scoia'tael. And 3 neutral. One of which I thought was Scoia'tael because elf. And yeah, 3 of these are 10 power archers with no special capabilities. Oh well, it happens. Oopsie.
Geralt of Rivia, safe and sound.
Could use your help at Kaer Morhen. Aim to take Ciri there. Wild Hunt's bound to appear soon after.
You didn't turn your back on me when I was in need. It's only fair I do the same.
Thanks. Venture to say your skills might prove invaluable.
I'll consider whether to bring Vess. Either way, I'll see you at Kaer Morhen.
Look at how it's so easy to get all these characters. Ooh, full crew. What's that trophy for? Does that mean I bring all possible allies to Kaer Morhen to battle against the... whatever else it's supposed to say? That's all of them? I'm all out of Allies? Did they just spoil something? I feel like they just spoiled something for me, because I feel like I still... Don't I still have more? Yeah. So apparently Dijkstra's not going to be very much help, is what we're learning here. You spoiler trophy, you. Giving away that Dijkstra's not going to help me. Which is not surprising, because he's Dijkstra. But, I don't know, we'll see if he gives me something to help out at all, or if he's just like, ah, fuck off, you. I actually didn't really mean to... This was kind of an accident. I was just, I was totally just going around and, what am I trying to say? I was just trying to do the Gwent quest, and I didn't even quite register the fact that, oh yeah, I'm accidentally doing all of the remaining Brothers in Arms, sub-quests. Oh well. God damn it, click on the thing. There we go. At the Seven Cats Inn, we'll meet someone named Thaler. That guy's having a lovely time throwing up in the yard. Yeah, fun. Oh, it's one of those magical cats that opens doors. And apparently rolls in trash. So it's been a long time since we've been to the Seven Cats Inn, but we've definitely been here before. Oh yeah, this is the innkeeper. If I walk up to her and talk to her here, she's always standing right here. But when I talk to her, she would like teleport over here. Man, that's memories from really early in the series. I've talked a few times about how easy it is to get nostalgic about early parts of a series that's this long. Oh yeah, this is one of the first places I ever used Axie on someone. Walked in here. I was looking for someone. There was 2 guards sitting at this table, and I used Axie on them because they weren't being cooperative. Hey Thaler, we've met before.
It's been a while. Fill me in.
Nilfgaard fucking dismantled the Tremerian Secret Service in one night. I barely escaped with my life. Proceeded to drown my sorrows till my liver screamed bloody murder.
What do you do now?
Grassroots work. I hang about the area, watching, listening, asking questions, and recruiting new agents.
Life treating you all right?
Bit like a potato beetle. I keep quiet, stay out of trouble, and live on fucking potatoes.
Did I hear right? Word is you like to play cards.
I like to play, period. Dice, cards, chess. I unwind playing games. You asking because you got fuck all to talk about? Or are you in the mood for a round?
All right, let's play. Just remember, only interested in good cards. Don't want any trash.
Oh, I just accidentally hit triangle without realizing that I was on the Scoia'tael deck. I guess I'll try to make it work. Having all these heroes won't hurt. Alright, Barclay Else, he's agile. He's muster. I have both types of muster cards in my deck. That's kind of like having more powerful cards. I have a medic, which doesn't hurt if I want to have something powerful back, although none of these cards are super powerful things to revive in the first place. Scorch will help against powerful cards, which I do not have. Alright, let's swap out this 4. Yeah, got a 5. But it's a Mahakaman. Alright, that's not a muster card anyway, so it's actually fine. But maybe I can get something cooler? Oh, yeah, 5 power agile, technically better. I might seriously be in trouble though, I did not plan on this at all. Hey Zoltan, how you doing? Your power is doubles the strength of all the ranged combat units, unless the commander's horn is also present in that row. So it's a free commander's horn for ranged, which I have 1, 2, 3. Not a lot of that type of card out there. Okay. Okay. I think I'll try to bait them again. Muster is kind of like having a card advantage in some ways. And I have a medic to bring a card back, so I'll play a non-muster card this round to try to bait him to continue to play more cards in the first round. There we go. The goal being to draw out some of his cards a bit, hopefully. That's probably all I'm gonna do. just caused that early game card advantage to happen. Your opponent won the round. I'll find a way to manage. Still though, a 0 power medic is really disappointing. Because it's like, oh yeah, he brings a card back. Hope that's a really good card you're trying to bring back though, because otherwise he's a 0 power card still. Oh, look at all those 5s. I know what to do with those. Bye. Oh, did I break your spirits? Oh my god, he has me? Am I gonna get that as a reward? That's a cool card. Is he fighting drowners or neckers? I think those are drowners. Geralt of Rivia, 15 power card just like Ciri. If that's what it takes to save the world, it's better to let the world die. Alright. Well, if you're gonna play Geralt, then I might as well play Ciri. Nullify that whole play you just did. How's that for scary? My opponent passed, really? Really? I like the idea that this is a Geralt and Ciri stalemate, but I should play something to help with the fact that otherwise, I actually don't know who wins when we're tied like this. That's pretty fucking poetic, though, that the only 2 cards on the board are Geralt and Ciri, and then he passed. Alright, I'll play a normal card that I can revive with the medic. Just to make sure I win the round. Alright, it's down to the last round. Who has the better hand? I want to play my muster cards, which should be enough to help me win, but I specifically want to make sure he plays something powerful first. Just because I want to make sure that I'm ready. Oh yeah, Yennefer's also a medic. I'm pretty set then. I specifically want to be ready in case he has a, what am I trying to say? I want to be ready in case he has a Scorch card. This card's interesting. It's a 10 power card that is not a hero card. It's a really big toss-up there. It means that it's vulnerable to Scorch, which is terrifying, because it's a 10 power card, so it's the first thing that's going to get hit. But it also means that you can use a Warhorn on it to make it a 20 power card, which is comically powerful for a card that doesn't depend on another unit to match with it. So mixed bag there. Also, it's affected by everyone else's special effects that could be good. So, oh well, he's played a 10 power card. Now I don't have to worry about. Yeah, now I don't have to worry about scorching. So, boom. Let's start throwing muster cards out there. That's the weaker one. The other one should have 3 though. He's making his ranged combat cards more powerful. Yep, that's exactly what was expected at that point. That's gonna be scary. Thankfully, both of my muster cards are melee. That's a bummer. Unless the other ones from that set nope, they're all melee. It'd be if I had a Warhorn, I'd be set, but I don't have a Warhorn to make those guys twice as powerful, which makes him very dangerous for me. So play this guy in ranged, since that's the effect I have right now. And then I'll try to use my medic to revive a ranged character if I can. I could be in some serious trouble here. He's better at playing Squaretail than I am, probably because he built his deck for it, and I clicked on it on accident, which is very different. Whew, thank God that it revived where I wanted it to go, because I didn't get to pick where that Agile card was revived to. Oh no. I don't have the ability to clear weather. That's bad. I can't do anything about that. Oh, and the other one's a melee card anyway. Welp. But anyhow, if you play a deck that has clear weather special effect for so long, you kind of forget that, oh yeah, they can just destroy my unit cards in a specific row. Alright, well, that math's not going to work out in my favor, but I tried. Alright, I'm losing my first round in a while. Now this time I'll try to pick the correct deck when I fight him.
Bit off more than you can chew, Witcher.
Don't mock me. Hmm?
What are you...
Plunk, plunk, plunk. And plunk, plunk, plunk. There we go. I got you, buddy. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is basically a Gwent episode. See, let's do a once-over of my deck again. Is there stuff I want in here again that I don't have right now? First of all, why is poor fucking infantry in 2 separate stacks? That's weird. I have 2 of this one and 1 of that one, but they look identical? They seem to be the same card. Don't know why there's 2 of one and 1 of the other one. But anyway, the infantry is garbage because they're only... Yeah, I don't know why you'd want those. It's like, yeah, they can double in power if you put them together, but they're only start at 1, so... Yeah, it's a weird effect. You'd almost expect them to be a muster card or something. Bunch of ranged characters and other boring people with no effects. Dandelion. Dandelion does double strength of people in the melee row. He can almost be worth it, but except for the part where he's so weak that it almost seems like a problem to have him be taking up a slot. I think that's the whole reason he's not on my deck, and yet nothing else is particularly interesting. I'm definitely fairly happy with my current deck setup, so I'd prefer not to mess with it too much. Alright, 4 heroes, one of them's a medic, tight bond catapult, boring siege weapons, boring death mold, tight bond with no matching... Alright. Ooh, spy. And we'll replace one of these guys with a... Ooh, tight bond, we got it. Alright. That's a fair enough start. See if I can defeat him now. Dijkstra, show me what you can draw. If you draw another spy, then I can just ride that fucking... Yep, there we go. He only drew spies, including the person I'm playing against right now. That just happened 2 games in a row where I draw the card that the other person is. To be fair, this guy played... Was that this game or last game? Where he played Geralt against me? Yeah, he played Geralt against me. I think I get Geralt by beating him. I'm just gonna let him win this round and keep spamming the board with more spies, since that's such an effective strategy. The funny thing is, if I had a Scorch, I could almost win. Let's see. We'll see how the number plays out. It actually might be worth winning this round just because he's given another spy. God damn. He has 22 power on the board. Let's see. Oh, I have 2 medics on the board already. Oh, I can actually win this round pretty easily without costing myself any cards. There we go. So despite giving him spies all round, I have tight bond catapult so I can win the round, and I have 2 medics on the board, which means that I can revive those catapults next round without losing any characters. I'm pretty set. I think I'm going to be doing pretty well when I get to the Gwent tournament that people were warning me about since the beginning of the playthrough. I just want to finish the Gwent quests before I do the final Gwent tournament stuffs. Just seems reasonable to go after the... I'm just going to play everything, I guess. I mean, everything worked out perfectly for me where I drew every single medic. I think I drew every spy in my deck, which basically means I win. The one thing is if he had some sort of absurd power cards they drew, like, it's a muster card, and I have 12 of this card in my deck, so blah, all over the screen, then that would be a problem. But aside from that kind of insanity, there's Geralt again. I can't see him overpowering my deck. But I'm going to focus on things that can't be scorched, and then focus on low power cards after that. With the goal being of avoiding, if he does play a Scorch, that it goes for his units first, which means he probably won't play it. Oh right, my bad. I was just blindly playing my medics, and then just realized, oh yeah, I just played my... Oh well, gotta do it. I blindly played my medic hero on accident. Does that scorch? It does not scorch the back row. It only scorches the front row. I'll hold off on reviving the other one for a while, because that'll just make them extra big targets for scorching. But they're already going to be the target for scorching. They just won't be killing 2 powerful cards at once yet. Let's see. There's Triss. They give both of the sorceresses 7 power, interestingly, making them less. It ranks them as having less power than most of the heroes in the game. And Yennefer's an objectively better card because she has an actual special effect. Continuing to stagger things so that my tight bond characters don't become targets of scorching. If I'm lucky though, they won't kill my catapult with a scorch, which means that I can make the back row the one that I make super powerful. They're doubling the strength of their ranged characters. Yeah. He's doing a good job at keeping pace, that's for sure. Let's see. I suppose if I might as well play the medic now, because I can always dummy the medic back out and revive them, and just revive a card again. So is your last card Scorch or not? It is not. They did not have a Scorch, they had a medic. And they're drawing back in... Oh, a spy. I can play with that. I guess I get 2 more cards, although the scare here is that he could have drawn a Scorch. No idea if a Scorch is in his deck or not. God, being able to play 2 more cards on top of this is just silly. This is the most crowded board we've ever had. This actually might be the most units ever on the board in a game of Gwent I've played so far. I just drew a second Commander's Horn and I drew another goddamn... Oh, this last one's clear weather, that's a bummer. Oh, my graveyard's empty. I can't even use my dummy to revive somebody. And there's no spies. Yeah, I have no benefits. I have no benefits for using the dummy, unfortunately. I have plenty of benefits for using these war horns, though, especially this back row of being terrifying. Oh my god. 196 power. I think I won. Now give me that Geralt card, goddammit. I'm gonna be so mad at you if that's not what I get.
A little is rotting cunt. Know how long it took me to assemble that ploughing deck?
You've been at this for a while. Gotta know some players who are good, and what's more, have good cards.
Been hearing a lot of late about some prick named Lambert. Supposed to have an evil fucking deck. You might know him, actually. He's a witcher.
Alright, sounds like Lambert's the final person challenged at Gwent. And I got Geralt! Yay! I found the person that gives me Geralt. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, let's see, we'll go to hero cards. Just gonna casually add Geralt to every deck real quick. There we go. Something kind of funny about adding him to the monster deck, because then it's like, Geralt, king of the monsters. Alright, so, we passed the 45-minute mark, so it's a decent spot to stop for now. So thanks for watching, guys, like always, and I'll see you next time. The plan now, I think, is to go to Kaer Morhen, where we can challenge Lambert to finish the Old Pals quest. And while we're there is another Kaer Morhen quest that I picked up while I was there, and I forgot to do, so... It'll give us a chance to follow up on that, and then I'll figure out what I want to do after that, because that probably won't be a full episode worth of stuff. But I'll see you guys next time.